Hello and thank you for joining me. I'm Heather Forgan of stampwithnellie.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in the UK. I have just come back from vacationing in the United States and have stocked up on some of these fabulous Bath Body Works PocketBac hand gels. Absolutely love them. We can get these in the UK at certain Next stores. Incredibly expensive. I wait until I'm on holiday and I can stock up, and then I like to give them as little gifts because they are a lovely little gift, just because. So this box is and the sentiment's perfect for that. Nothing fancy, just love. Thought you would like this. So let's undo the ribbon. The ribbon simply goes underneath the sentiment there. Open up the top and pop out the pocket back. So I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to stick with using Moody Mauve. I just love it. So the paper is just the In Colour Designer Series paper pack, and the card that I've used is Moody Mauve. I've also used the ribbon, and the stamp that I used is from Something Fancy, and I used that little hexagon die as well. It's actually an extended hexagon, it's not equal sided, so we'll be using that as well. Let us just go ahead and start making the box. I'll put that over there. You can still kind of see it. So yeah, this piece of Moody Mauve card measures 6.5 inches by 5.5 inches, which means that we can get 2 out of an A4 sheet. Then I want to do some scoring. Let's bring in the Simply Scored so that you can see it. So on the long side, where's my scorer? Here it is. Small end, large end, large end. I prefer large end. I want to score that at 2 inches, then at 3 inches, then at 5 inches, and then at 6 inches. So that gives me that 1/2 inch tab. Turn that around, score that at 1 inch, at 4 inches, and at 5 inches. So this means that this box measures 2 inches by 1 inches by 3 inches. All right, so nice handy size for other little gifts, but perfect for these pocket backs. I will just simply get my bone folder and burnish these lines. So I'm just making sure that I'm lining up there, so I'm not going squint. All right, so that's them that way, and then I need to do these ones. Right, now I need to do a little bit of cutting on this. I'm going to start at the bottom. So I've got my 1/2 inch tab at the top and at the right here. And I'm just going to cut up all of those score lines along the bottom just to that first horizontal score line. Okay, so nice and simple, straight up. There we go, and straight up. Okay, now I'm going to take a little wedge out here because this is going to be the tab that joins, and I'm going to leave the rectangles and just drop little triangles off, little wedges off either side off those two squares, just to take some of the bulk out when we fold it up. Okay. Now, on the top, I'm going to turn that around. I want to cut down all of these score lines, not just to the first horizontal, but to the second horizontal line, like that. So again, just do them all. Scissors the wrong way round. Charms were annoying me just a little. Straight down here, okay? Now, this one I want to take off, so again I'm just going to put a little wedge cut there so that I've got that tab for gluing, okay? On the next one, I'm taking the top off. I'm actually just cutting below the score line. Okay. And I'm going to do the same on this one. Okay, so just cut that bit off. Okay, so we're now like this. I then want to take this whole bit off here. So let's tuck those out the way and just cut straight along here. And that is going to be the front. What am I doing here? Straight along. I think maybe my scissors need a wee bit of sharpen, or they've got glue on them or something. Right, okay. Then I want to take wedges off of these two, just the same as I did at the base. So just a little bit. That off there and off there. We're nearly done with the cutting. You could take your time and do it a bit more neatly than me. I want to take a tiny wedge off either end of that little flap there. So now we look like that. You probably want to take your time and get your corners a bit neater than mine. Right, I'm not going to faff. Right, I want my designer series paper, and you can either build it and stick it, or stick it and build it. Totally up to you. So this needs to be, I've got a tiny margin around there, okay? So I want, if you've got directional paper, you need to be a bit more fussy about it. That's the joy of non-directional paper, is you can just chop it. So I want this to be 2 7/8. Okay, take that bit out of the way just now. Then this bit wants to be 1 7/8. Okay. And that can go, if I can pick it up, that can go there. This bit to be just 7/8. And again, if you had a piece of paper that had a continuous design on it, you would want to do it in this particular order so that you're matching up. But if you don't, it's not such a problem. And 1 7/8, and then 7/8. Okay, so from half that sheet of designer series paper, you've got your front and side panels. So you may decide that you don't want to put designer series paper on the top, because then you've got to cut into the other half of the sheet. Totally up to you though. I will. So I'm just cutting that at 7/8 with a cutting blade, was a better idea. And then cutting that down to 1 7/8. All of these dimensions and the products that I used will be listed in my blog post. There'll be links in there for you to purchase the products as well. So let's just glue them. And I have just opened a brand new glue. So I'm glad that it hasn't just come flooding out there. Okay, so we've got our score lines and I'm just leaving a tiny bit of room. Just fits in. Oh, don't drop it. Don't drop it. Let me find a little cloth. I saw one earlier. Okay, I'll rub that off and we'll deal with that later. Again, take your time, don't drop things. And this one. So our latest vacation was in Orlando in Florida, and it was a whole family vacation. So my lovely father-in-law had room in his suitcase. I had room in mine, I just didn't have weight allowance in mine to bring back some extra pocket bags. Yay! Bless him. Right, so some glue on that tab there. Just fold that over, and then when you fold that over, it will line up nice and neatly. Give it a little press. There we go. I need to give that a bit of a haircut, or it will annoy me. Still annoy me, but never mind. Right, so the base. This is the front. I'm folding the back over, and then I'm going to put glue on that tab, fold that in, glue on that tab, fold that in there, and then finally glue on this piece here and fold that around. So we've got a nice rounded edge on there, and you can't see the tabs on the inside because they were nice and neatly sandwiched in. Pocket back in there, and then that just slips in like that, and you could pretty much leave it like that. Really. You could pretty much leave it like that. I just want to add that little sentiment again. Let's just check if this is big enough. Come on. Ooh, just. Which means I need to stamp it straight. Lady Mauve. Nothing fancy, just love. Have I stamped that too far down? No. Awesome. Just lining that up. Try and get it straight, Heather. Little bit of washi tape on there, and I'm just going to go off camera to die cut that. And now I'm going to die cut another one just from this scrap of card as well. Okay, done with the stamping, so let's get that out the way. And that. Right, so I did do a little bit of a cheat, so it's kind of difficult to get that open. So to remedy that, I have used my retired 1/2-inch circle punch. I don't like to use retired things, but sometimes it's just necessary. So if you have any small circle punch, go for it. And then it means that it's so much easier to open and get that pocket back out. Okay, so right, as I said, these are not equilateral. Is that the right word? So what I did was just kind of staggered it a bit like that. So I'm just going to add some glue to the middle of the back of that. And that'll do nicely. Hold that a moment. Let me get my ribbon. Okay, so popping that on there, and I want to give myself plenty to tie a bow, but maybe not that much. Let's not be too wasteful, Heather. And my ribbon snips. Okay. So I'm going to tie this first, and then I'll put my little sentiment over the top. There we are. Right, let's see. One loop, over we go. Through we go. Yes, I've done enough. Let's pull that a bit more. Okay. Right, I could faff with that forever. I want that to go that way. Get that one around there. And as you can see, it's kind of frayed. So I'm going to snip that. And snip that, and then I like to just use a lighter to gently singe it. I'm not burning it, I'm not getting it that close. I am just, it's more the heat than the flame. Okay, and then I can play about with it more, and it's not going to fray. But that will do, that will do. I'll leave it alone. Right, so I want this to go over, but still be able to take the ribbon out if I wanted to. So I'm just going to add dimensionals down either side, and I'm just going to use the little ones. Here's me pokey. Right, so don't want it to be showing, but I do want it to be straight. So couple there, and same on the other side. Should be hunky-dory. Let's take the backings off. Cells. And pop that. Straight as again. And that will do like that. So we have 2 boxes for Bath Body Works PocketBacs. I'm thinking I might add a little bit of embellishment, because I do have the in colour gems. What are they called? In colour dots, rather. And I haven't used many of these yet. So I'm just going to add with, I'll use the putty bit. Oh, this is my new one. Oh, hang on. I'll go with my old one. Know where I am with this one. Okay, take two. Oh, fancy. Just love. Normally if I was adding 3, I would add 3 different sizes. I'm thinking that maybe I will do that if I can get that one off. But I just thought maybe the big one was a bit too big, but maybe not. Let's go with it. No, it's stuck there. There we are. So here we have it. Finished project. I hope you have enjoyed this. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I'd love for you to click on that subscribe button. Click on the bell, you'll get notification of the next time I upload a tutorial. Don't forget, there's links to shop with me in the description for this, as well as a link to my blog post. Until the next time, take care. Bye bye.